Out on the road, the single biggest cause of crashes is drivers running into things they can't see, like a car coming from the side, a pedestrian stepping into the street, someone passing, even the car just ahead. Why can't they see? Do they need glasses? No. The reason they can't see is that they just aren't looking in the right place at the right time. The process of looking is referred to as visual search. It means that seeing well is more than simply taking in the highway scene. It requires actively searching places where trouble lurks. Experienced drivers learn the trouble spots by getting into them, and mostly getting out of them. But the best way to handle trouble spots is to avoid them in the first place. That's what this part of the course is all about.
We spend most of our time looking ahead. We couldn't keep the car on the road if we didn't. But do we always really see what's ahead? This is one of the two biggest causes of crashes. About a fifth of all crashes, including 700,000 injuries, result from not paying enough attention to what's ahead. Sometimes drivers are too busy talking with others in the car, or outside the car, or they're just daydreaming. Whatever the reason, just an instant's lack of attention can mean and everything that goes with a crash, like out-of-sight insurance premiums and possible loss of license. Throughout this course, you'll be tested on where you're looking and what you're looking at. In the video and in the car. Looking ahead is only a part of it. How far ahead is another. Beginning drivers tend to focus on the road just in front of the car. That doesn't give us much time to react. And even if we manage to react in time, what about the guy behind us? Keeping our eyes focused well down the road gives us a heads up on what's happening and lets us come to a gradual, even stop.
In addition to letting us drive safely, looking well down the road can help keep us moving. For example, seeing that bus stopped ahead lets us make a smooth lane change. And away we go. If we hadn't noticed the bus until we came up behind it, we'd have had to wait for following traffic to pass before we could pull out. Seeing those hazard lights up ahead gives us time to make a smooth lane change. And seeing that yellow light up ahead gives us time to come to a smooth stop. Looking ahead includes scanning the areas to either side of the road. Whoops, that was a close one. Let's go back.
If we saw that white car disappear behind the minivan, we could figure the driver might not see us and might make a right on red. What's at the side of the road now may be in it in a minute, like that truck pulling away very slowly. Seeing it up ahead gives us a chance to adjust. Here's someone else who may shortly be in our path.
Seeing signs early also helps. Seeing that sign lets us slow down and slide in behind the van, rather than being stuck when the lane comes to an end.
How far ahead do we need to look? As a general rule, we should be looking far enough ahead to give ourselves ample time to adjust to whatever we see. If we are looking at least 15 seconds ahead, we should have time to adjust to whatever we see. Here on a city street, that's about 1 block. Out here in the open road, traveling at 55, that's about 1/4 of a mile. Unfortunately, roads don't have little lines showing us where 15 seconds starts. We just need to have a picture in our mind's eye. One way to get that picture is this. When we're driving down the road, pick a point in the distance like that sign and start counting to 15. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1013, 1014, 1015. If we reach the point before we reach 1015, we need to look further ahead.
We can't always make out things 15 seconds away, like that warning sign.
We couldn't really see that pedestrian until he was fairly close. The main thing is to look far enough ahead to be able to adjust early and gradually to what we can see. Okay, let's take a drive and see what we can see. In each scene, there will be something up ahead we'll need to react to. The picture will stop at that point and we'll be asked what we saw.
So what did we see here? That orange construction sign was easy, but you had to be looking well ahead to see the flashing arrows.
And what did we see here?
The flashers told us the car was stopped and we'd have to change lanes. So let's keep going.
And what here?
Right, a vehicle blocking the left lane ahead.
What about now? Here's a double-barreled search task. We need to see up ahead and to the side at the same time. There's no trick to that, or is there? Go ahead. Focus our eyes on the oncoming car. Don't let them move. If we stay strictly focused on the oncoming car, we can't see the one on the right. Yes, we can tell that something is there, but we can't make out that it's a car unless we shift our eyes. Research shows that if we are staring at something ahead, we can't really see things even a few degrees to either side. That's why our eyes need to move from side to side all the time while we are driving. Just before the scene ended, what did we see that required our attention?
The oncoming car could start its turn before we get there. The truck could make a right on red, or someone could get out of a parked car. In a shopping area, those parked cars could hide a lot of trouble.
Look well down the road, search from side to side, but always be looking ahead. Look away only when we have to, and then for no more than 1 second.